All right, good morning, Omuchineke. We are here once again. As you can see, we are doing what we can to talk to our people, even if it means we have to move our locations. So, of course, to get started this morning, we are going to play our Biafran song. Welcome. Wrong music.
Our nation, Biafra, our land, Biafra, our nation, Biafra, our land, Biafra. We are fighting for a nation full of love. Our nation, Biafra land, guiding up hope and peace and joy. Our nation, Biafra land, no matter what you have or where you are. Our nation, Biafra land, everybody let's come together. Our nation, Biafra land, no one is to be rejected. No one is to be neglected. No one is to be defenseless. All in Biafra land, no. It's time to give justice a chance. So, and reject the evil ones. Restore our nation, Lord. We are fighting for a nation full of love. Our nation, Biafra land. Guiding up hope and peace and joy. Our nation, Biafra land. No matter what you have or where you are. Our nation, Biafra land. Everybody, let's come together. Our nation, Biafra land. We are supposed to have peace. No more oppression. Nobody will rob our children of the future and riches. No more games or politics. Just love and equality. Hope for humanity. That's how it's supposed to be. We are fighting for a nation full of love. Our nation, Biafra land. Guiding up hope and peace and joy. Our nation, Biafra land. No matter what you have or where you are. Our nation, Biafra land. Everybody, let's come together. Our nation, Biafra land. We are one strong family, one people. We are one strong family, one people. We are fighting for a nation full of love. Our nation, Biafra land. Shining on hope and peace and joy. Our nation, Biafra land. No matter what you have or where you are. Our nation, Biafra land. Everybody, let's come together. Our nation, Biafra land.
All right. Thank you so much, our nation Biafra land. Thank you guys for joining us once again. And we say good day, Biafrans, friends of Biafrans, and lovers of freedom all over the world. My name is Mona Chimsaga. I am a proud Igbo American, and I reside here in Houston, Texas. And then I have my sister Augusta, who also lives in Texas. Please, sister, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, good morning, dear friends. Good morning, all of our people that are listening, trying to find out how we get our freedom. My name is Augusta Anasuke, and we'll continue to talk about how to navigate this process. It's a hard one, but we just have to let our people understand what it takes. Thank you, and happy listening.
Absolutely. Happy listening indeed. And then I have my sister April in Kentucky. Sister, please introduce yourself.
Greetings, my people, lovers of freedom, lovers of liberty. My name is Wada Eputos Namadi Begi. Like my sister said, we'll continue to discuss so that we can find the better way and the best way, to navigate this process, like Sister Augusta said.
Awesome. So as usual, we say our prayer, dear Lord, as we face this uncertain time in our land. We ask you, Lord, to dwell amongst us. We are comforted by the knowledge that you alone are our maker and our redeemer and the ultimate master of our lives. We trust our land to your loving care and protection. Send your spirit to touch the hearts of our people. Give us the wisdom to always tell the truth, know what is right, and the courage to do it. Give us your light and your truth to guide us in our way so that we may only seek your will in our lives and impart the world around us for your kingdom. Rock of Ages, we know that you have strategically placed those of us in diaspora for a time like this to speak for the voiceless and fight for the weak. You have also endowed us with power, authority, and wealth to build a nation where other Africans will ultimately gain their true freedom and create a continent fit for human survival. you know that we are not asking for something that does not belong to us, but rather something that will liberate mankind. Therefore, we are asking for your intercession as we play our part in actualizing this God's mandate. In Chukwukikabiama's name, we have prayed. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Sister. So, like Sister Augusta says today, our topic is constitutional appetite. Constitutional appetite. I don't know if I'm saying it right because I'm
Appetite.
Constitutional appetite. I know. I try to practice this word today. I keep hearing appetite, like I need to go and eat, but it's not it. So I can't overcome that. So appetite is a policy or a system of segregation and discrimination based on race or other things. For example, you can have a gender appetite. Years ago, when we saw and help our Biafran, South African brothers and sisters fight for appetite against them, so we did not realize that even we Biafrans are also in the same situation. So while their own may be racial, ours is a constitutional one. And what is a constitution? A constitution is a body of fundamental principles that guides a country or a nation in their rulings. So in other words, it's a social contract that made us collectively, that is made collectively by people. We have to come together just like any other country will come together and decide what will work for us. So it's not something that a military man or a civilian, for that matter, will sneak into a hotel room with his girlfriend and scribe some stupid things on a paper saying, "We the people." One person does not answer "we." Constitution is a serious business. Everyone's input is very crucial in writing the nation's constitution. Constitution is the nation, and the nation is constitution. We've made that mistake in the zoo country where we will not repeat it again in this new one. That's why we are taking the time to educate our people regarding the importance of this constitution in our, for our survival, really. So if the constitution is that important, that means that we have to seek everyone that belongs to that country called Nigeria to be part of it. We must ensure that everybody plays their role in this due process, because if not, it will lead us to war or anarchy. So getting together, saying "we the people" with just one person is not going to work. We have to ensure that everybody played an important role. Everyone that is trapped in that contraption plays an important role in ensuring this new constitution that we are talking about. Sister Augusta.
Yeah, that is true. We have to make sure that everybody comes together to be part of the new constitution. And the constitution to some seems like a simple document, you understand? Like if you go to the American Constitution, it's a simple document like that you'd read, and that encompasses everybody, because people actually sat down together to tell exactly what they want to do. And as time went on, there were amendments that were being made. Mm-hmm. And it's a document, that got us into this bloody cave in 1914 when there was an amalgamation. And that means that document would also free us if we decide to go through the right path. If we want to broadcast from morning till night, if we do not go back to pull down that apartheid constitution, you haven't started. So you have to start from where the pain is. And that is that piece of paper that they used to put all of us together for no reason. We didn't decide this. Atiku Abubakar or whatever, no, not Atiku, Abdul Salam, whatever, I can't even remember. Abdul Salam, Abubakar, whatever. What was the one that, I don't know where he copied and pasted, he was copying and pasting from other and made it look as if it was Nigerians that gathered together to say, "Oh, this is what we want." We don't even know when they wrote it. All we just said is, follow this pathway. And before you know it, it continues to strangulate our people. It has continued to put us in a cage that we don't even know how to get ourselves from. It has emasculated our men that they are now so cold. They don't even know what next step to follow. You understand? Because there's a paperwork that somebody is asking, follow this. Not we collectively saying this is how we want to go about it. If you want, you can call UN and US from morning till night. You're wasting your time. Stop putting these people on notice. They already know. So let's say, "Oh, we put UN on notice, we put US on notice, we put EU." They already know what we're going through. them on notice. So it's like when a child is locked up in a room and is crying and throwing himself up and down to have the door open. You understand? So until someone else comes and opens that door, that child will remain there crying. And you know, when the baby cries and nobody to pet him or wake or whatever, the baby will just fall asleep. So that is the situation that we are right now. Excuse me. And we're asking our people to start looking at it from a different perspective. Over 3.5 million people died in 1967, 1970. The war did nothing. They did nothing. So what makes you think that if 20,000 people died, that they would even do anything? For crying out loud, it is decreasing the population that they want to be decreased, especially in the African continent. So they want Africa to diminish somehow so that they can grab all the resources from Africa. So if you are crying and saying EU see us or US see us or they don't even care. So that is that, and because you have not placed something for them to see that will make them appreciate what you really, really want. So the protocols are laid down diplomatically and political guidelines that we have to follow. These people even want us to reduce African population. So your empty noise will not make them decide where to start from. We have Bill Gates, we have Prince Charles, we have Prince William. They're all saying that the population should be reduced. And they want the reduction to start from Africa. So if you are crying and screaming, I don't think they care. And they have other means of doing it. I think Bill Gates says through vaccination of children or through sterilization of our women and the men. And there's another method of trying to make our men so feminine. They're feminizing, what is the grammar now? Making our men, turn to women. You understand? So we are doing all sorts of things to bring down that population, and we are not getting it. So if they don't give a hoot about us that died, 3.5 million people that died several years ago, do you think they care when 10,000 or 20,000 people die now? They wouldn't. So but we have to go systematically and start letting them understand that we understand what they understand, and bring out that paperwork that we used to enslave ourselves and break that paperwork down. And very soon, you will see things unfolding as we continue. Thank you, my sister.
Of course, things will continue to unfold. Sister Ekwe.
Yes, my sister. If our people, the indigenous people all over Africa will understand the power they have. Because sometimes they say, our resources is a cost to us, it's putting us into trouble. It's even those things you have that it will be your power that will help you to negotiate your way out of the trouble you have found yourself. But you need to learn to bind together. You need to learn to work together. Not calling Oyibo man that enslaved you to come and free you. If you love this so much, why would he enslave you in the first instance? So you have to look inwards. Get your people, bind together. When you bind together as a people, individually, we're not saying, because some people, when you say bind together, they want one Africa, one president. Are you kidding me? That's not what we're saying. We know our kingdoms. We know our nations, pre-colonial nations. We were nations before they came. Those nations will find themselves and bind themselves together. It says sovereignty belongs to the people. They don't give it back to you. It's yours already. You have it. As a people, as a kingdom, as a nation, you, the people, is the people that make up the nation. A nation cannot exist without human beings. Rocks do not make up nations. It's you, the people. And that's why, like my sister Augusta said, the Constitution says, we, the people. It is the people that make the nation. And that's why the people come together, make Constitution and say, we, the people. This is what's going to govern us as a people. So sovereignty belongs to the people. And our people need to be aware of this, because it's very critical. Because if you don't understand the power that you have, you will be dancing around, doing things that might not really matter. You won't know how to use it. That's why last week we talked about restoring power to the people. It's not the type of power that you give to one person and say, go and speak for us. What if something happens to that one person? What happens to you? So it's not how it is. Our problem in Nigeria or zoo or whatever you call that is used to call it a cattle republic or whatever. It started from a piece of document that was forged. A forged piece of document. They forged a piece of document on behalf of you and I. And they called it Constitution. And they said, we, the people. So like my sister said, we're going to go back to that piece of document, that fraudulent document that was used to take away our lives. That fraudulent document that was used to take away our rights as human beings. That fraudulent piece of document that we call Apartheid document that was used to turn us into animals that need to be slaughtered every minute, every second. A piece of document that reduced us to animals. You see, some of the videos when you see how they kill us, we can't even kill animals that way. We don't even kill chicken that way. I remember when we were small, we kill chicken. It's almost like you do ceremony. It's as if you want to plead with the chicken. Please now allow me to kill you. And then we prepare the ground, open the ground where we will put the blood of the chicken because we don't eat blood. Because we know that Chukwuka told us that the life of any animal is in the blood. So that's why when we talk of blood, we revere blood. And that's why we don't kill anyhow. That's why we are reluctant in going to war. The first war that we fought, the genocidal war, was brought to us. We usually do not initiate war because we do not want bloodshed. We know that our God, the creator of the universe, is the one that created human beings. So we give him that honor. We do not waste human blood. Even animal blood, we put it inside ground and cover and then eat the chicken. That's who we are. But these other people, they do not have our God as their God. So human blood, human beings, human life doesn't mean anything to them. So they kill us even the way you can kill animals. But it's a piece of document that gave them that right, that authority to try that nonsense with us. Somebody used a piece of document and sold all of us. The South, the Southeast, the Southwest, the Middle Belt, Midwest, all those that sold us to the caliphate. The place that they now call Sharia states. They are the ones that own us through a piece of legal document.
Wow.
And it's called Constitution. So if we want to get out of it, we have to go back to that document and destroy it.
Sister Ekwe, for you even calling it a legal document, you are giving it credence.
Illegal document.
Down to write this thing down. They didn't call you. Did they call you? Because nobody called me. You know, I'm just saying. So it's not right that we start.
You are correcting me. It's an illegal document.
It's a document that this can copy and paste. So there's a lot of plagiarism in that document. A lot of things you can, if you put it through computer software, you will see which country they picked all of those words. So I mean, what's legal about the first document?
The first document. That document has nothing to do with you and I. But they use our ignorance because the word of God said that my people perish for lack of knowledge.
And they are perishing.
Some of us do not know. Those that know refuse to know. They behave as if they don't know. Some lawyers, when you hear some lawyers talk, you say, where did you pick your own certificate from? Is it from Motopark? Are you sure you're a lawyer? I'm not a lawyer, but I can even reason better than you. Are you all right? So my people perish for lack of knowledge. And we said we will bridge that gap. We will inform our people. We will educate our people. We will learn and teach our people so that we can get ourselves out of this mess. Because our children, even our unborn children, have been sold into slavery. And we're begging our people, pleading with our people. This type of chain is not the one you break with prayer and fasting. You enter church, robo, kasha. No. That's not what brings this type of chain. You do not break it by shouting and praying, like my sister said, putting the word on notice. The word that put you inside the trouble. Why are you noticing them? They're already aware. And if they were not aware, they should be aware by now. They should have been aware by now. Except that death. So it's time for us to sit down and look for that piece of document, that fraudulent, illegal 1999 constitution, and do something to it. Burn it to ashes. Thank you, my sister.
My dear, we need to burn it to ashes. Like you said, that's an illegal document that binds us to hell, where we are unable to untie ourselves and unrope ourselves. And in order for us to move forward, we have to tear it down. And working from underground, we keep telling you guys that Nigeria is a sovereign country. These animals that have benefits in our land are not going to easily give it up. So you have to offer them something that will appeal to their soul in order for them to let you go. So our case is always different from any other country because every other country has some kind of benefit that they're getting from our land. And because of that, their right to get that benefit tramples over our lives. So, but we have brothers, sisters doing stuff on the ground to ensure that this thing comes to an end. This punishment that we find ourselves comes to an end. Our brother Tony Nadi with Lower Niger Congress did a very good job. He explained it very well to us when we are, talking. He said it's like a cage with 8 keys. So where they put all these people, in order for you to uncage yourself, everyone will have to bring their key to unlock their side. And it almost sounds like something that we'll be saying all along, that it's like a puzzle that we have to put together. And over time, as you walk from your side and walk from your side, we will all come together and it will make sense. It will come to completion. So I'm not surprised that he laid it the same way. So once we get these 7, 8 keys, it will help us to unlock everything that has been holding us down. So you getting one is not going to get you out because you still have 7 more keys to deal with. So working with those that have the 7 keys is what we need to do. We have our own key, we have the code. What do we need to do? We go and liaise with the other 7 groups that have the keys so that they can bring it on and for us to open up the cage. So our problem is from the foundation. No amount of patchwork will get us out from it. No amount of it. No amount of screaming, no amount of wailing, no amount. The world does not care for your demise. They don't care for your condition. They don't really care because as you guys know, they know exactly what we're doing. They see us on Facebook crying for years now and nothing has moved them. So we just need to get a bulldozer, tear down the entire structure called Constitution, and we begin afresh from foundation. We must rework the entire structure in a systematic manner and bring it down in order for us to move forward to the next destination. If not, we will be running in circle. So it's very important that we support those that do understand, those with international experience in diplomacy, that understand what it takes to bring down this constitution so that we can move forward and let us stop deceiving ourselves with distractions and all these other things that we are doing. Sister Augusta.
Yeah, that's right. We have to move along with people that have the technical know-how, as I often put it, to help us, navigate this process. We've always said that this is a protocol that we have to do. So if you don't go through it step by step, you're wasting your time. If you stop at step 2, you can't just jump from step 2 to step 10. You have to meet step 3, 4, 5 until you get to the last step. So this thing has to go through a certain, diplomatic, discussion, negotiation. There has to be a lot of talking, a lot of paperwork, a lot of back and forth paperwork that will connect these things together and make us get what we are looking for. What we are looking for is freedom. And anybody that is there trying to doing this diplomatic work is whom we are interested in. Somebody that will do, we see him carrying paper up and down, is going back and forth, and we understand that actually there are discussions in the background, and then even discussion up front, who are ready to navigate, to go through that person's process. So, and that is why we are talking about it. As Sister Muna rightly said, it said, if you have, like there are 8 keys that will open the cage. If you have 1 key to open that cage, you still need 7 left. The truth also is that if you have an entire 7, all the 7 keys that you need to open, and you are missing 1 key,
you're not going anywhere.
It's still not open. The cage, we are still caged. So if we don't start negotiating with our own people, the South, Southwest, Southeast, all of us, if we don't start negotiating, start talking to ourselves, hey, brother, bring your key, sister, bring your key, let us open this door, we would continue to lament, and nobody cares about our lamentation. No. It doesn't change anything, because what they are getting from our resources is blinding them from our suffering. So we need to understand that those keys are important, and we need to start negotiating with our own people first to collect those keys to open the cage. So it's very, very important, very, very important that we need to do that. We heard recently that the National Assembly, I don't even want to, give names to all this, their mushroom packaged, I don't know what to call it, but they say National Assembly, okay, fine. They set up a 50-man member committee to fix the Constitution. Who does that? You are setting up people that are not even, they don't even understand the Constitution, probably haven't even read it. The Nigerian Constitution looks like a note, like a textbook. You understand? Because it's copy and paste from every country.
Encyclopedia.
Encyclopedia. And sometimes the grammar don't even match. Like when the first line does not correlate with the second line to the top, it's wrong from. 57-man group to come and sit down and review it and fix it. No, it's not fixed that way. No, it's not fixed that way. But our people do not understand. So it means that they have, but for the fact that they are even coming together and talking about it, it means that they understand where we're coming from. It means that they know that something is
wrong.
With the foundation of the zoo. They know that. So at least it's a plus that they're even thinking about it. And that is what the LNC, the Lower Niger Congress, have been shouting for the past 20 years. And they didn't want to listen to them. But now at least they are coming together. That's a plus. Okay? Now, after a nationwide massacre with blood flowing everywhere, they're coming to do patch work. And the zoo government likes that kind of a thing. As I told you, their constitution is cut and paste. And that is why it's a lot of gibberish, doesn't make sense. Because the people did not come together to say this is what we want. The United States Constitution, I think like a piece of paper, maybe at the most, the back page. And all you need to do, you read it, you understand where they're coming from. And all the amendments being made, you understand. But Nigeria is bringing the textbook, asking people that don't even know their left from their right to review. So it doesn't make sense. The question now is that, do they even have the constitutional power to do this? That is the question that we have to ask. Do they even understand what they are trying to do? What they're embarking upon? Do they know that? Are they the people? 57 people, are they now, how did 57 people culminate to supposedly 200 million people in the zoo?
Well, they figured if they, instead of one person in a hotel room with the girlfriend, so you get 57, then that would be we.
That would be we. And that would be we. Do they even have the people's mandate? Because it's the people that will tell you, hey, go ahead and fix this thing. So, do they even have our mandate? They do not. In fact, the LNC position, as published by Guardian of, I think it was of yesterday, that's February 7th, 2020, encapsulates the debate that will bring Nigeria to the moment of truth and hopefully turning point for the untrapped of the entrapped constituent components of Nigeria. And that is so true. Go and read it. You would see what they are already saying about this constitution. And this is going to be the demise of the document. Because that document really has to be bulldozed, as Sister Muna said. Has to be breaking down. So we advise our people to grab a copy of that newspaper and read it. Read that part where they talk about it.
And understand the stand, exactly.
Understand it. There's a lot of grammar there. Get a dictionary and, try to understand. When lawyers are talking, their is and was is not the same thing with our own. I keep telling people. They have a way of twisting it. And is and was may just get you what you're looking for. And that is why we've been asking the learned people to come out there and start doing the right thing. Start using your whatever profession you have to get us closer to our freedom. Because it's important we do that. It is also important we do that. So in summary, We, the people, want a constitutional force majeure. It's coming up soon.
Mm-hmm.
We know what we are talking about. Right now, we just want to prepare our people, prepare their minds. And that means that they will be putting aside this apartheid constitution that this zoo country created for the zoo people. We are not zoo people. So that will be put aside, and a comprehensive reworking would happen where they will give us our lives back, because we want to have our lives
It's
back.
awful. We've suffered.
Oh, we've suffered. We're not animals. We can't continue to die like animals. Like Sister Ikwe said, our people don't like seeing blood. If you want to kill chicken, you dig a flank. Even goats, there's ceremony that you do. Last December, I traveled home. My older brother told him to kill goats. He said, no, you got to call somebody in the village that knows that there are some parts you cannot eat. I mean, kill goats. You know, the truth about it is that there are certain things that we cannot do. You pray before you do all kind of things before you. So we don't like blood. But these animals, these Fulani, this Boko Haram, they macheted, they cut off the head of a Khan president, and nothing happened. Our Khan and Bishop and Pope are telling us, continue to pray, continue to supplicate, lift Nigeria in prayer. As if we've not been praying for the past 50 years.
1 million years. I know.
They killed, and the guy from that was going to Maiduguri for his school, they killed him too. Another girl has been adopted. A doctor's wife was killed. A priest, a seminarian, an 18 or 19-year-old priest, a seminarian, was killed. These people do not appreciate blood the way we do. So how did God mix us with this kind of animal? And the US, United, whatever.
Not God. God did not put us together. Not God. Not
Yes,
God.
that is right. It is that constitution, that document that allowed this thing to happen. And if we don't break it down, if we don't demolish it, if we don't try to write it, the new one will be we, the people, will be the people that will decide what we want. And that is why we're saying, if you have the technical know-how, if you know what to do, how to do it, try and start doing it from your own side of the how do they put it? Try and start doing your own thing, so that at the end of the day, we will be able to bring down this thing that has put us together. And if we don't do this, we'll just continue to shout from today to tomorrow. Nothing would happen. This is how it works. The protocol has to be followed, and we're asking our people to be part of this. Thank you very much, my sisters.
I know, like you rightfully say, no amount of patchwork will do it. It has to come down. And onto the people, if you look at our, should I call it, well, it's not a neighboring country. If you look at other countries that truly want their freedom, they're out there making noise, doing the right thing, going towards the thing that is holding them down, to the point a country by the name of Venezuela was recognized by the American government. So that shows how serious that they are, you know, doing things that work. And we're doing things that is not working, and we keep doing it. It's time for us to change. This is a game changer. It's time for us to start looking at those things, those other things that we have ignored all while because we were promised certain things, to start looking at things that can actually help us move forward in a, you know, political way, because that's the only way we'll get there. That is the only way we'll get there. Sister Ikwe.
Yes, my sister. It's time for us to I mean, if you do something over and over, you know, for years, and it's not really giving you what you want, you know that maybe, like Sister, we are describing about the 8th code. Maybe you have broken 2 codes. You've not broken the 3rd one or 5 other codes. So you ask yourself, what else do I need to do? You think broadly. You do not be myopic in this type of issue. And like we're saying about the National Assembly committee that they're trying to fix constitution, there's nothing that I'm not here in Nigeria. Are they fixing constitution? What are you talking about? We say we don't want patchwork. That's what the people are saying. The owners of the land, they're saying they don't want patchwork. We've been patching it now since. Have we not been patching it? Today we'll put window. Tomorrow we'll remove window from the front and put to the back. So other than we paint it yellow. Another time we'll paint it black. And today we'll put plaster on the other side. The other time it will crack again. We'll go and do some patchwork. The problem is in the foundation. It's a foundational problem. No amount of patchwork will solve this issue. My sister is saying bulldozer has to come in. bring in bulldozer. And that's why our brother Tony Nadi, the lawyer, because it's lawyers that understand these things. You know, laymen, they call us laymen, and honestly agree to be lay, because when they start throwing some of these English words, you carry dictionary. Some common dictionary don't even have some of the words. So they made a proposal, they say it's constitutional force majeure. And what is that? What did he just say? So, so the summary of that is to put aside, you know, repudiate that piece of document, because the owners of the land say they want a complete makeover, overhauling, like Sister Mona said, a complete from the scratch. That's what we the people are saying. If you want to go with the word we the people are saying no patchwork. We the people are saying you will want a complete makeover. From that complete makeover, we have a transitional government, not this terrorist government. No matter how you people polish, if you want to call UN ambassador, if you want to call US ambassador, call who? To come and tell us that this package, this Buhari that we know is a terrorist, has been a terrorist since he was born. If you want, parcel it and call it and say he's a very good man. You are not deceiving us. And you cannot continue to deceive us. We don't care who you're calling. If you want to do press release, or if you want to do anything, we are the owners of the land. Go and take care of your own country. You cannot move from your country and come and tell us what is good for us because you have some investment in our land. You can't do that anymore. Our people are dying. The blood we are seeing is not the blood of goats. It's the blood of human beings. And we say enough of all this. We know enough. Even one person, the death of one person, because sometimes some people say, oh, it's just 20 people that were killed. One person is bad enough. No one single human being should be slaughtered like an animal. Never again. It will not happen anymore. And will bring down whatever constitution, whatever thing that is giving people the right to do that to other human beings. We will bring it down. And we'll go to any length to do that. So like they did in South Africa, because we're talking about apartheid. We have apartheid in South Africa where people were fighting and we supported them to bring down the apartheid in South Africa. Now there's an apartheid in Nigeria, and it's called constitution apartheid. And we'll bring it down. And we are calling on all African nations, because sometimes you hear African nations trying to talk about our nation, our circumstance, our situation, they miss the point. You hear them saying some things and joining up with so many things. They do not understand it. Sometimes I heard one man trying to analyze one Yoruba guy. I'm like, this guy, even the people in the audience were like, where did they get this guy from? Go and learn. And that's the issue we are having. People that know nothing about our problem trying to speak on our behalf.
It's crazy.
How do you do that? How do you get to do that? You don't know anything about what I'm going through. Then you want to advise me on how to deal with it. First of all, you need to make proper diagnosis, because if you don't make proper diagnosis, there's no amount of treatment that will make sense. Somebody might be having cancer and you're giving up paracetamol because you have misdiagnosed what is going on. So we're saying that we the people, from that putting aside the constitution, you have a transitional government like you had in South Africa. And then this constitutional government will help us ease out the alliance territory, you know, the rest of us, because the rest of us, they sold the rest of us to caliphate, to Fulani caliphate. So with this legal process, we'll ease out, and there will be a smooth transition. We don't need to go to war anymore. If you understand what the issues are, if you understand that this is 2020, this is not the time to start shedding blood. War has casualty. And the world cannot handle 20 million refugees. Already, US is banning visa from America. What are you doing? You cannot be banning us and be caging us.
On the pueblo.
You can't do that. You don't get to do that. You do not get to do that. You want to preserve your country, we understand. That's okay. That's fine. That's your right. We also have a right to preserve our own nation and our own people. It's our right. It is our right. You are not giving us that right. Sovereignty belongs to my people. It is our we will exercise it. So we're saying that for this thing to move smoothly, first of all, you need an internal cohesion amongst ourselves. We must stop demeaning ourselves. For the longest time in this program, we've been calling on professionals. And we didn't even know that they've been underground working. So it's division of labor, like we keep saying, like Stamona said, is a puzzle. You know, you will do your part, I'll do my part, this person will do it, and then we'll bring together. It's teamwork. And this is how we have never used monarchy system or all these caliphate, feudalism. It's not who we are. We have always lived our lives as a team. The men will do, the women will do, the children will do, the youth will do. That is who we are. So we will come together, have an internal cohesion. There's anybody telling you that our people are wicked, they don't want you to be free, they want that. It's not true. The person is trying to deceive you. The person is trying to manipulate you. Our people want freedom. They're all interested in freedom. The problem is how to get it. That's why we're not agreeing. We're not agreeing that, oh, some people think we should just go and start killing people. We say we have died before. We died 3.5. We died more than 3.5 million. And they've been killing us since then. The world did not do anything because the world does not understand certain things. So we will not go through that route. They are provoking us to go through that route when we start defending ourselves again. And then they will come in with machine gun, come in with jet fighters. You saw them, ordinary brokers that somebody made in a room. They brought in jet planes, jet fighters. They brought in tankers, all those stuff. Ordinary statement, ordinary brokers, you don't carry gun, you don't carry nothing, just broadcast. They moved in mass. They left the place where Boko Haram is devastating, moved into our land, and some people are still supplying them more ammunition.
Claiming to be fighting this Boko Haram and ISIS, as if we are stupid. I guess they think the Africans are stupid.
I'm telling you, you are in our land, we just made broadcast. Somebody somewhere in his own private room made broadcast. You moved in all your whole apparatus into a whole region that has nothing to do with Boko Haram.
Unbelievable.
Boko Haram is slaughtering people. Does not give that. We will not give the people, my people, an idea of what these people have in mind for us. Do you want them to exhibit it before you know what they can do to you?
Total extermination. That's
I'm telling you.
I'm gonna get it.
It's all about their interests. Their interest tramples over your life.
Something that has 8 teeth and 8 heads. You want to go with bare hands to go and catch it? No right thinking person does that. And that's what we're saying. You need to systematically do certain things. First, internal cohesion. Get ourselves together to be on the same page. Somebody once said, if you make a presentation, if you present a case and your people do not agree, say do not throw tantrum. Go back, repackage the case, and present again. When you have a superior argument, definitely a good number of people will accept what you're saying. We don't have water inside our head. It's gray matter that is in our head. So you continue to make that negotiation, that consultation, that's who we are, because we are free people naturally. You don't push us into things. You explain to us. If your argument is superior to ours, we take your argument. But you must make that communication. Do you understand? From that one, you go to what you call regional alliance. We fought war before 1967, and they used our neighbors against us for different reasons. They used the intelligence of the Yorubas, because the Fulanis are not intelligent. They use intelligence of the Yorubas. They use the ignorance of the middle belt and their population and manpower. They also use the resources in South. They told them that we are trying to conquer them. So they made it to be a war of liberation, trying to liberate South. But that wasn't what it was. We just wanted freedom. But they deceived our neighbors to get us. Now, are we going to repeat the same mistake and start claiming our neighbors without negotiating with them, without sitting down to explain things and sort out things out with them, and not thinking that, okay, our neighbors, they will understand when we go on the road? Nobody does that.
No.
Nobody does that. At least no right-thinking person does that.
At all.
If they could watch 3.5 million die, including children, 2 million children,
mostly children, starved to death.
Starved to death. Because our people fought. Our people fought. They came to exterminate us, but our soldiers, Biafran soldiers, they fought. They did their best until they brought in hunger. That's telling that it wasn't war they were fighting. They just wanted to eliminate us. And up to today, the world has not stood up to say 50 years after that genocide, after that, the world has still not come to ask questions. What happened that you people killed 22 million children, starved them to death? The world has been seeing the pictures. They ask questions.
If I may, jump in real quick. The world does not care, and our people have not been able to understand that part. If you understand that they don't care, that somebody killed you, it doesn't matter to them, you won't be able to understand where we are coming from. So children were starved. Practically, what kind of like ended the war was the starvation. Not that we didn't have the manpower, not that we didn't have our people they were doing all kinds of things. They were making bombs, they were making all kinds of ammunition built in Biafra land. They were doing all that. They were able to defend our people. But what they used was hunger. When Awolowo told them that hunger is also a weapon. And that was what happened. And mostly children were killed. If these people are not sympathetic to the fact that children were killed, and anytime there's a massacre of Muslims, even the Pope will come out and say, let's pray for the Muslims that were killed. If that does not touch you, I do not understand what else will touch you. If there are massacres of 35 people killed, 2 people injured, and even like this coronavirus they're talking about in China, I mean, it's everywhere. But I'm not saying probably that's not a good example. But what I'm trying to say is that our children were starved to death. The pictures are there. And each time anything happens in Africa, they will say it's clash between one community or the other. It is clash between the farmers and the herders. It is clash between the this and the that. Those are the excuses that they will give. Okay, fine, clashing. But people are being killed and nobody talks about it.
My dear, not until our people understand that their vital interests tramples over your lives. Their vital interests. So that means if there's something interesting in there for them or their whatever, their benefits, you don't get to count. You will die. So that's why we're saying, let's not be screaming and be sentimental and be doing all these things and putting them on notice. They know more than we do. All this information I know on Facebook is not by accident. They are the one putting all those things there. All this information we see about colonial, they know everything. We don't need to notify them. What we need to do is to do what works. We need to speak the language that they understand, and we need to be at the table where decisions are made. So the question now is that how do we get to that decision environment? How do we get there? And that's what every one of us should be thinking. Don't think you will post pictures for them, they will come after you or come for you, or you broadcast and no. We need to speak the language that they understand in order to get ourselves out of this thing. They don't care. They do not care.
No.
They do not care. Your life does not count. You do not matter. You're a monkey and you're a baboon. They do. If it's a monkey and baboon, gets even more respect, because people here, celebrities always adopt them and keep them in their house and drive them in their car, get them to do their nails, to take them to doctor to get checked out. Animals live better than Africans do.
Yeah.
They don't care. They don't care. Sister,
they value their dogs more. You're right. They value their animals. The way they treat their animals and everything. If they can treat us half the way they treat their dogs, I think all this issue would have ended. If they can value us,
1/4 even.
Okay, of the value they place on their dogs, I think would have gone far with these negotiations. So, but we're not waiting for them. That's what we're saying. We're not waiting for them to value us. We want to place value on ourselves and do things the right way. It's a systematic approach. We said the first one is internal cohesion. Come together, bind together on one. This is what we want: freedom. I don't care how your face looks, why you speak, or whatever, black, tall, or short. We want freedom. Internal cohesion. Agree on it. We want freedom. 2, we have regional alliance for people around us to see that, okay, this thing is affecting, and thank God it's affecting them too. So that's why that regional alliance is already, they've gone very far. Lower Niger Congress have gone very far with that regional alliance, and you're seeing Middle Belt doing something, you see Yoruba doing something, you see Southside. So that regional alliance is already happening because we said that people are on the ground working. And then the third one is international collaboration. Because you see, no man is an island. In as much as we say we do not need them, but at some point we need their collaboration. But for you to get that collaboration, you need to be strong yourself. You need to have done your homework. You need to have done certain things. Then you meet them on negotiation table. It's not when you get there, you're on the ground picking crumbs. If they invite you to come for a public meeting, you carry rag and put on your neck, and you're very happy and excited that you invited you to come and do public meeting. Meeting that is open to everybody. No, we want to move our people from that level, that mentality, that slave mentality. You are as intelligent as a white man. You are, if not more.
If not more. If not
so
more.
Stop picking crops. Stop picking crops. We have professionals. We have our people. Just understand what needs to be understood, and then go where you need to go. And when you talk with confidence because you're blessed. You have the resources, for crying out loud. You have what they need. So you talk from point of strength. You talk from point of power. But you need to empower yourself first. Start empowering your people.
Exactly.
Say, restore power to the people. Anything you're doing, first of all, restore power to our people. It's the people that gives you power to move. One man cannot go and represent us. You need to get your people behind you. Then your people push you forward. And then you go and represent them. So we restore power to the people. So we're talking about the internal cohesion, regional alliance, and international collaboration. Because like Sister Augusta said, they have told the media and the diplomats, the greedy diplomats that are giving oil money. They are pushing a narrative that is farmer-herder clash. They've been saying all those nonsense since. But we need to go and change the narrative and present evidence and show them on the table, not the one you say inside forest and you're shouting. That's not what. That one, okay, some people, maybe for the populace to understand what you're saying, that's okay. But you have more work to do. And that's why we're saying that it's ethno-religious genocide going on in Nigeria. It's not farmer and herders clashing anything. It's ethno-religious genocide. The caliphate, Fulani caliphate, they are killing the original indigents of Nigeria. The Fulanis are foreigners that came in. So they are wiping the indigents, the owners of the land that accommodated them, that we are kind enough to give them water, to give grass to their cows. Now they turn around and wipe our ethnic groups, our indigents, our people, wipe them off and replace them with their people. And we're not going to allow that to happen. So it's time to push out the correct narrative to UN, to US Congress, and thank God for Lower Niger Congress. They've done an awesome job. You saw them the other time. People saw, it's not that the people are seeing, but they are not understanding. They saw them with US Congress, where they went with other Christians, because they are pushing the narrative, bringing the Christians that were killed everywhere. They went to President Trump. That's the type of negotiation we're talking about. And you need to understand what the issues are before you proceed on that type of negotiation. So they've been able to push this out to the world and push to the right places, not just to the world. Push this narrative, the correct narrative, to the right place. And we're telling our people, this time you don't need to allow yourself to be killed unnecessarily. thinking that when they kill you, then they will have mercy on you. You're still begging. You're still not operating from point of power. And that's what we're saying. We need to operate from point of power, not point of begging, not point of I beg now, please now, don't kill me now. Somebody captured you, is trying to kill you and take the things that you have. And you're saying, please now, I beg now. No. I beg works for someone that has conscience, someone that is godly.
Yeah, he's there to kill yourself to take your stuff. So he's not interested in you, I beg. He's not.
I had planned before he came to kill you and take your resources. So why are you begging now? You need to go and gather power. You need to build muscle. That's what you do. Build muscle. Gather power. If not head, you go head them, you head them. Do you understand, my people? So no need to start claiming other people's credits. Because those things, we call it plagiarism. And it's an immature way of going about this fight. Let's recognize each other's contribution and efforts. Know what somebody has done, because these things encourage people to do more. When Mr. A is busy working his life for years, toiling, secretly, toiling, and then Mr. B is in fanfare and receiving the glory, it does not encourage the people that are on ground working.
And you need them. You need them.
And we need, of course. And that's what we're telling our people. We're not doing ourselves any good. Because what put us into this trouble before is injustice. We're not being able to understand issues properly before we pass judgment. It's injustice that got us into this trouble. Because we say it on this platform that injustice in one place is injustice everywhere. So if you allow injustice in one place, that's how our people in our system was very good and very balanced. But we started allowing injustice. They kill a pregnant woman, you do this one, like fatherless, take the land away, start them into slavery. Then some few people, not everybody. That's how injustice came into our system and we got into trouble. So we don't want to do that again. Let's be very calculated. Let's calm down, understand what the issues are, so that we will make a proper assessment. And then if there's credit that needs to be given, you give. Because when you give, when you give credit to somebody that's working hard, sacrificing, without even being, without announcing himself or herself, it encourages that person to do more. So my people, I'll encourage all of us to do the right thing the right way. Thank you very much.
My dear, we don't have a choice. We do want to thank those that are working. Sister August, let me have you give your final statement so we can close.
Yes, as you rightly said, we want everybody to be part of this. We want the we to be inclusive. The we that these people are talking about, we want it to be all inclusive. So as Sister Ekwe has enumerated, let us, get together and get this thing going. And we're asking everybody, just do your own part of the deal. Do not take over somebody else's idea and wrap it together and make it yours. Here in America, F9 call. So we don't want that happening to us. We want a Biafra that is clean Biafra, or clean whatever regional we decide to call ourselves. We want it to be clean and clear. So thank you all for joining us this morning, and we hope to see you all next week. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Again, we need to return power to the people. It's the people that will make up the we, and not the 57 hoodlums that they have in their so-called parliamentary house. So it's about time that we wake up and do what works. It's about time that we reach out to people that are doing the right thing. It's about time that we work as brothers and sisters and realize that no one person will do this for us. Besides, you don't want any freedom for one person, because the person will make you a slave if they so choose. So you want a freedom that you are part of it, so that you can have a stake in it and say, hey, this is my contribution. So let's work together as brothers and sisters. So we are calling on lovers of freedom and defenders of equity and liberty to stand and be counted. We must understand that this struggle belongs to all of us. Every Biafran is a stakeholder, and we know that the restoration project is our civic duty. We need to fight together, facing one common enemy, the Zoo government and their constitution, all of them. So do not sit down and be waiting for orders to be given. Do not sit down and be waiting for the Yoruba church to tell you to go and fast and pray till you die. when your enemy is the government. Is the government that is holding us down. Is the government that have you living in diaspora. Is the government that is causing you and your wife to fight every time over money. Is the government that have you living in another country where you are not being treated as equal. Is the government. Once you begin to understand, is the zoo government that have you, because you think you're in diaspora, you're living good. No. Is the new zoo government that had you leave your comfort place to be somewhere else. And we should not allow the constitution that is holding us in a cage to continue. We should work with our brothers and sisters and get the keys that we need to open up that cage. It's a lot of keys. Until we get all that keys and unlock every lock, we will continue to stay in the cage. So let's work with those that matters. Let's work with those that matter. Let's work with our brothers and sisters that are in the same cage with us. We are not going to isolate anyone. Once we understand that the common enemy is the zoo constitution that put us in one cage, once we understand that the Fulanese, the what are they called, foreigners, the Fulani foreigners are the ones that are holding us in hostage. These people have nothing. They came. Our land is the land that they wanted to claim. So they put their people in politics. They're in business. They're in banking. They're everywhere. All they want to do is to conquer our people, and we are watching it come to pass. Wake up, people. Wake up and do what works. Look at the Guardian newspaper. Look at the arguments for breaking down the constitution so that we can understand what the stakes are and make the right move. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you guys next week.